Now, we obviously just got a new Drake single, Which One, with Central Cee, and we got the second episode for the Iceman rollout. And also, he confirmed that this new record is going to be called Iceman and that he's working on it. So today, we'll go over all of that, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. You can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So before we talk about the single, or before we talk about the new episode of the Iceman rollout, we have to see that he recently at a show confirmed that this new record was going to be called Iceman and that he's working on it. Here is that clip.
So you know I'm working on my album Iceman. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm looking forward to it.
Now, this is the first time that he ever actually announced this. This was on July 22nd. So far, we kind of assumed it was going to be called Iceman, but here he specifically said that he is working on a new album called Iceman. Now, let's talk about the new episode. We got the Iceman episode 2. If you don't remember, the first one was the start of the rollout where we got those snippets. For example, What Did I Miss? Or the Supermax snippet that we've gotten. And now, obviously, this kind of continues. It's another one of these videos in the same style where sometimes there is a plot going on, sometimes it's just frames of still standing images with some sort of instrumental in the background. There are again a lot of similarities. For example, he is still the factory worker that he was in the first video, so that is kind of the theme spanning across this whole thing. This time, though, he is actually in Great Britain because Central Cee also meets up with him at one of these old English baths that is, standing empty. And we have this whole plot of this Pinocchio figure following him around throughout the entire video. And also at the end of the video, we have, again, a reference to this Pinocchio figure. Now, a lot of people have been saying this could indicate that somebody is lying because the fictional character of Pinocchio obviously stands for his nose grows longer the more he lies. So maybe this is about Kendrick. A lot of people have been saying that. We just don't really know, but it is there. Let's see how this figure further develops in the next coming videos that we get for this rollout. Also, we had these little hints. For example, we've had drawings or references to Spider-Man in both of the episodes now, so maybe that will also Iceman, Spider-Man, I don't know, man. It could be anything at this point. Now, in this video, we obviously also got the new single, Which One? We'll talk about that in a second. It's dropped on streaming now as well. But we also obviously hear different other instrumentals. We hear another Central Cee verse, and a lot of people, most people, when talking about what we got in this new video, is the instrumental at the end of the trailer. Here's a little snippet of that beat.
Okay.
So a lot of people have been saying that this is the best beat they've heard. This is crazy. Drake also liked a comment about that beat under his Instagram post. So he's really like trying to get people hyped up for this specific instrumental. So let's see how that will fit onto the next record, which place that will take there. We just have to wait and see. Now, obviously, as I said, we did get that new single, Which One, was Central Cee. You can listen to it now on streaming services, so it's available everywhere. They also, for example, performed this live in Manchester I think, night after it dropped. So this was pretty cool. Let me know what you think about it. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest. I like that they have that collab going on, though. We did get that On the Radar freestyle about 2 years ago. I'm glad that they finally officially linked up and did something together. Now, also very interestingly, in the Instagram post about this song, he also mentioned that in the first video, we heard this instrumental, and he said that hearing that instrumental for the first time turned into Which One. So we can already see some sort of progression there and him giving us behind the scenes look as to the creation process behind all of this. So this is truly Truly interesting. He also has a bunch of more shows coming up, for example, also in Germany. So he's still performing. Maybe we'll get more info. Maybe he'll talk about it a little bit more the more shows we get. Let's see if that happens. Now, very interestingly, we do have some footage that people took from him apparently listening to his new record. We don't know if he's actually listening to his own record, but here's that clip. So obviously he seems to really like the record. Hopefully we'll have the same reaction that he has when we actually get to hear it. But this is just funny to see. Now also there we could get a Paris, France performance. They have this ad up for Steak, which is obviously a big partner for Drake, where if you, I think, comment a certain amount or like it or whatever, then he'll have an exclusive show in France and Paris. So if you want to do that, then make sure to go in there and just support that. So you'll have that show in France. I'm not sure though. We do have a lot of European shows coming up, so it's not like we need that one more just to promote Steak, but hey, do what you want. Now, we have to generally also just say a few words about this entire rollout, because it seems like he's really going on like this. It's not like we got one episode and then no episode after that. He's really going on with this sort of, strategy. He's doing these episodes. They're very interesting. We've never had a Drake rollout like this before. It was usually very straightforward, announcing the record, dropping a single, getting hyped up for it. Drake was never one for these creative rollouts where there's a lot of lore involved, where there's a lot of effort in the production of this entire thing, in the production of the rollout I'm talking about. So seeing this and seeing how he develops these narratives and these stories within these videos he's dropping is really nice to see. It gives you a feeling of, okay, this guy actually understood what's going on. He kind of took the backlash after the beef, after everything happening with Kendrick, after people writing him off, and he truly wants to, utilize that. He truly wants to go out there and prove everybody wrong. It's like he's really hungry again. And I think that's what a lot of people have been missing with Drake. And I think that in this case, it's a very good sign that we're getting these signals, we're getting that sort of vibe from him that he wants to create something bigger. Iceman, the record, dropping likely October. At least that's what we got going on right now. We don't have an exact release date, but October is the best thing that we have right now. Doing know what y'all think about all of this. What do you think about the new single? Which one was Central Cee? What do you think about the entire rollout with these different episodes that are coming out? I do want to know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.